What's up, boys and girls? Here we are at FOV Part 3. Let me tell you, there's a curveball coming up here. This ended up being a fascinating topic. Let's get into it. You take the blue pill. You go on believing that changing the FOV in Escape from Tarkov only affects the player view. You take the red pill. We explore together just how deep the rabbit hole really goes. Part 1. Size and position. First, let's match the world perspectives. Note the difference in the laser positions. Now, we'll ADS. It seems the amount of world FOV zoom differs, at least with this weapon sight combo. Let's match the world perspectives again. There's a size difference between the two weapon models. What if we match the weapon models together? Okay, interesting. Not only do the world FOVs differ, but the frame sizes are not quite the same either. Part 2. Lasers. Now if we overlay them and force alignment. Different laser positions on the wall. Notice the different laser positions relative to the weapon angles. Again, lasers and weapon angles. I wonder, how do these different laser positions relate to where the weapons actually shoot? Here's that same situation recreated in the green screen room. I pushed the camera into an obstacle, so he pulled the weapon across his chest. Then I free looked to the left. Their lasers appear to be pointing to similar areas in the world. What do you think is going to happen? Where do you expect the rounds to impact? Wait, what? Let's try again. This time online with a friend to see where the server registered the impacts for other players. This is me at the top, at 75 FOV in yellow. I'll come back again at a 50 FOV when it's outlined in red. And at the bottom is my friend standing to my right, looking over my character to watch for impacts. What do you think my friend will see? Will the rounds also miss to the left on his screen when I'm using a 75 FOV?
Yep, I'm ready.
Okay, there we go. Here goes.
What the?
Both missed to the left. Now, I'll switch to a 50 FOV. Where do you think the rounds will impact on his screen? And just to be clear, this is the exact same raid, the same everything. All I did was hop over to the options menu to make the change. Here we go Both impact true. Interesting, eh? But what does this mean? It seems that, in certain situations, FOVs greater than 50 change both where the weapon is aiming and where the rounds are impacting. While the laser will veer kinda off path of the borderline in an attempt to match where it would be pointing if an FOV of 50 was in use. Lost yet? Wondering why a change in FOV might ever affect something other than just the FOV? Don't worry, we've got more to unpack to understand what may be going on. Before we go to the next segment, I want to highlight something that may have gone unnoticed just now. Something hidden in plain sight, right beneath our noses. All the way back to the very beginning. See if you can spot it. Ready? Wait, what? So, the lighting is different? Yep, but what's causing it to be different? The FOV is increased, the player's first-person arms and weapon are moved inward toward the camera, which changes their physical position within the world. Now, for those wondering, if that's happening in first person, what's happening in third person? So even though the weapon and arms changed on my screen, from my friend's point of view, looking on, nothing changed in how my player model was positioning its weapon. And actually, if we look closely, we can see that the third-person player model seems to match what is seen on the 50-degree FOV. If we compare how the light shines across the forearm or the front of the sight's housing, for example. I wonder, what do we look like to ourselves? Now, EFT doesn't have working mirrors, but maybe we can stay our own ground all day. The shadows of the arms and weapon do seem to stick out further, reach lower to the ground on the 50-degree FOV. Now, on the face of it, this may not seem too weird. I mean, after all, games have been separating out first-person and third-person representations for a long time. But what we're seeing in EFT is different. Rather than being a matter of player preference that's mostly, let's call it cosmetic, changing the FOV has material consequences for everyone involved. From the outside, two players can appear the exact same. Same stance, same weapon angle, same everything. But if one of those players is running at an FOV higher than 50, his actions play out differently in the world, not only for himself, but for everyone else as well. Now, why is that? What makes EFT different in this regard from pretty much every other FPS on the market? Well, strap in. This is where we gotta get a bit technical. I'll try my best to keep it on a layman's Eli 5 level. Part 3. The situation. Okay, now I hate to do this, and I hope you'll bear with me and forgive me for it, but I've got to leave it there for now. This turned out to be such a cool and fascinating topic. I got started in this back in literally early October. And most of the footage I have, this goes on for another 20-30 minutes, most of the footage I have has come from that kind of time frame. But what happened was, since then, I have had a major life change and I am just swamped. I am involved with tons of special projects personally that I just have zero time to put toward this right now. I want to see it through. I have some really cool stuff coming up, and I think you'll enjoy it, where I kind of flexed some of my beginner Unity muscles, and I kind of showed how this plays out with the dolly zoom and some of these field of view things, how this comes out, how these kind of things kind of weave together in real time to present what I think are some of these kind of interesting distortions, right? And I hope in the spirit of all my other topics, this is not meant to dog or badmouth or anything, the BSG, the pros at BSG, or the game of Tarkov. I just think this is an awesome topic that ever since I dove into this all that time ago, it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger and cooler. So I hope you'll stick around. I hope you see it later. This is kind of meant to be a catalyst. I don't know what part we're on here, but I hope putting this out there for me is a catalyst to help me keep going and see this through. When that will be, I honestly have no idea. I mean, I say my schedule will clear up in the next month or so, but then I get pulled into other bigger and cooler things. So anyway, bear with me. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all your support. And I hope to see you guys and gals soon. Adios.